This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
McMatt's scatting the cold open.
I was so sad to learn that Scatman John never made it out of the 90s.
He's still there, living through the 90s on loop.
Okay, that's okay.
He passed in the 90s. I know.
Yeah.
So sad. All right, I'm actually gonna be taking notes for this too. So.
Oh, nice.
Because I can't forget.
Try and solve the mystery.
Because if we're gonna if we need to take a break, for any length of time, like for, I don't know, Carl Timber, maybe we'll finish by then.
Who knows? It's entirely possible.
Who knows?
We're gonna bring our A game. Until now, it's been our D game at best.
Oh, everybody knows that. Yeah. So I really, really want to I want to make sure that I've got everything noted, so I remember what the voices were.
Aww.
Excellent.
Like I said, I want to do a kind of an okay job here. You know?
We're a little more invested in this one than a lot of the other ones that we've done. So
yeah.
Oh, you guys.
For those of you who somehow don't know the game that we're playing, even though it's probably written directly below the video, hello everybody. We are the Level 0 NPCs, and we are playing today.
I know that name.
The Crimson Diamond.
Woo.
Brought to you by our very own Julia.
Yay. Hello.
Okay, so, this has been a long time coming. Before we get started here, I want to get your thoughts on how crazy this is. This must be wild for you.
This is what they call cuckoo bananas. Is that what they say? Yeah, because we've always said, Luke and I have been talking about doing this for 7-8 years by now. We've been talking about
something like that. Yeah. In my last job, and I've been at this job for 6 years now. I was regularly talking with Julia over, probably Facebook at the time.
Oh, Lord.
And we were sort of early on in our sort of time of doing the Sierra Saturday series, and I knew about the Crimson Diamond, and I knew that it was very similar in some ways to Colonel's Bequest, and that it would fit in perfectly with the series. And so I forget if I pitched it to you or if we were it just kind of came out in conversation, but I was like, Julia, we have to play your game when we do the Laura Bow Mysteries. And she was like, well, it's going to be a long time. So, you'll have to wait. And so we have.
You have.
And in anticipation of of playing the game, Julia has joined the channel. And now the dream has finally come true. We are playing the Crimson Diamond. That thing that was only, I think, you're maybe chapter 1 or 2 at the time when we originally started talking about it. So, and now it's a complete game, and it's coming out.
Oh my goodness!
On Steam.
Mm-hmm. August 15th.
When we air this.
Yeah, August 15th.
2 weeks from now.
Goodness me.
Less than 2 weeks from the time we air this.
Oh, dear Lord. Yes. Yeah. It's surreal. It's surreal. And it's funny because, we really did a lot of lead up to this where I actually joined you guys in preparation. Yeah. We've been doing this for a year now by now, I think. So
over.
Yeah, we played through Colonel's Bequest and the Dagger of Amon-Ra. Yep. And now we're playing the spiritual sequel to those games, the Crimson Diamond.
Yeah.
And now you're just a permanent NPC.
I can't leave now. I thought I could gracefully leave after we're done this or something, but I don't know. It'll be a little rude to do that. So.
Yeah, take it away.
You've got the taint on you now.
we get to play Crimson Diamond early because of our celebrity privileges. It's the same reason I can sustain myself on only narwhal meat.
This is even a special
Celebrity
build
privileges.
that I sent Luke specially. Like when
Yeah,
you put...
check this shit out. Level 0 NPCs build right
Whoa! Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
Jealous.
here. The only difference between this and every other build is that she had to basically output or compile a non-debug build and send it to me before it was ready to go to Steam. So
Yeah, and before
here it is.
before my next beta for my testers could go out, so I packaged this one up all nice. And I'm like, but this is a special build just for you guys.
Can I just say, I love the way the T turns into the river.
Aww.
It's pretty amazing. Pretty
Yeah. Bodes well.
Bodes well. I like this. I'm ready to go.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent. Well, before we get started, I'm just going to take a quick look at the menu here, and I've made a couple of small changes here. I'm going to make a couple of small changes to, just because it's the way that I prefer to play. I will be using the graphical inventory because, I mean, of course we want to see Julia's amazing pixel art here.
Of course we are.
I like to tap arrow keys to move just because I got used to it playing like Pearl's Bequest and so on. I will have mouse click to walk, but I probably won't be using it very much. And we will keep visual cues for notes on, which will tell us when we get like notebook entries or when sort of something new and important has happened, right? I'm not quite sure what text display delay does.
Okay. What that does is I got a bit of feedback where people were actually, if you hold the enter key a little bit too long, then you'll be clearing multiple text boxes, which so people would be clearing too many text boxes in a row by accident. So what that does, it gives a bit of a delay between text boxes. So if you hold the key down for a split second, you're not going to
if
be
you like fat finger the
Yeah.
button, miss a dialogue box.
Yeah.
In the history of level 0 NPCs in Sierra Saturday, like literally, how often has that happened to us? Like numerous times,
Often
times.
enough.
Often
Now,
enough.
Julia also, having many years of experience with adventure games, modern and not so modern, has put a metric fuck ton of like
because we're Canadian
quality
so
of life
metric.
features.
Yeah, metric
into this thing. Like, I mean, I don't know if you have an option to turn it on, but like dialogue does not auto advance. So we'll be sure that we finish a line before we
God.
and I don't have to worry about pressing enter, so we won't be like sitting here awkwardly waiting for a dialogue box to change, so that I don't by mistake like skip one, which is excellent. There's also a bunch of like keyboard shortcuts and like even text shortcuts. Then you type OD for like open door. It's fantastic. We'll be seeing it as we play, of course. But
God.
now that we've spent like 8 minutes on just talking about the game that we're going to play, let's take a look at the game.
Oh, wait a second. Before we start the game, let's take another 2 minutes just quickly. I want to mention that to the left of that is a tutorial. So if you are not familiar with playing a text parser graphical adventure game, you can do that. And it walks you through basic instructions of, basic commands you can enter in and stuff. And just get you acquainted.
Can we
with the
do
style.
that? Should we do it?
If you want.
We can do the tutorial. Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's do it.
Okay, so here we go. So, this is my first stumbling block here because Nancy Maple, she's born and bred in Toronto, but she is a daughter of Irish immigrants. She's not Southern like Laura Bow, so I won't be able to do that anymore. And so I had to do like I guess a bit of a faint Irish accent or something. And so I looked up some YouTube videos about this quick 5-minute videos about how to do accents. They have like these sentences you can do to get your mouth around the vowels and things. So, I want to go over some of these as a warm-up before we get started.
Literally a voice tutorial, too. Wow.
The first one, of course, is the preeminent one that comes up first when you search for this stuff. Is hardly darly darly yo, like, the one that,
hardly
darly do. Exactly. And so I, listened back to Erkino's book, Dagger. So listen to Detective Henry O'Reilly to just get the cadence there, because I think that is key to an Irish accent, is Matt's incredible portrayal of Detective Henry O'Reilly.
I feel like
Award-winning.
Detective O'Reilly is probably not a perfect like one-to-one representation of what an Irish North American accent is meant to sound like. But
fair enough. But yes, I do actually
also,
have...
I feel like if the heroine of the story talks like that, it's going to be a rough game to play all the way through.
We'll have to take a week breaks before we can get back to it. But I do have, and that could be a strategy if we go too fast. Like I was just joking before we started recording that we could conceivably, I mean, the game launches in August 15th and there's embargo and all the rest of it, but this is actually a special NPCs build where it's actually the full game. And I can speed run through this thing in maybe an hour and a half, so we could actually knock this thing all out in one recording.
We're not gonna do that.
But of course, anyway, we're probably not going to do that. We're probably not even going to get to the actual game in this recording.
For those of you who are here watching our playthrough of the Crimson Diamond and have not experienced level 0 NPCs before, one, I'm sorry. Yeah. Two, we don't play fast.
Mm-hmm.
No.
We go on tangents. We spend a lot of time podcasting, basically, but we will continue to play the game, and we're going to take this one a little bit more seriously. Typically in some of the last games that we've been playing, we've been taking a lot of long breaks for questions from the audience, as it were. If someone leaves a question in our chat, then we will address it. What I'd like to do is maybe change up the format a little bit and focus a little bit more on gameplay on, X number of episodes and then a mailbag episode, and kind of stagger it that way. So people who are here to watch the Crimson Diamond and who are here to see this game that Julia has created will get the opportunity to actually see what the game is all about.
But you'll also
just listening to us talk about cannibalism for an hour,
you'll still be.
It might still happen.
I don't promise not to talk about cannibalism.
It could happen.
It's going to be more organic, slightly more organic.
But we also don't want to make sure that we also want to make sure you guys can actually ask us questions too, because that's part of the fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we will be introducing, or we'll be asking for. I'm, the name might change, but I'm thinking. Crimson Dilemmas.
Ooh.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. For questions from the audience, and then a few episodes in, we'll do a mailbag episode where we focus on just talking about those things. And you can ask, you have the rare opportunity also as a viewer of the series to ask the developer of the Crimson Diamond directly questions about this game, about the history that she worked into the story of the game, and many other things. So make use of that.
Yeah, if that's not clear, by the way, for first-time viewers, this is Julia. She made this game.
I did the thing.
This is Julia Minamata.
She made the game. Yeah, this is...
That name on the front of the game, yeah.
We probably should have opened with that.
Another good caveat.
At some point.
Another good caveat. We've been off for 3 weeks, so we have a lot of pent-up ineptitude.
More than usual, and our usual is pretty high. Okay.
Yeah, we took a break. But yeah, go ahead, Julia.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
I don't know how long I will commit to an Irish accent, because it's just it's not as easy as the Southern accent for whatever reason, but here we go. It's not quite the right shade of blue. Fortune smiled upon him in Ireland. It's quite far, don't you think? Where's Mike? It's been a while. I know I met him on the road a short time ago. You're such a hard worker. What on earth are you doing? When do you start school? I found out lemons are sour. Flowers grow in the garden. We don't have to go to work for another hour. There we go. And here we go. Welcome to the tutorial room. My name's Nancy Maple.
Ah, shit.
Perfect.
I'm running this, level 0 NPCs, classic.
We're killing it.
I'll be showing you some of the basics playing a text-parser adventure game. Follow the text prompts at the bottom of the screen to progress through the tutorial. When you first enter a room, it's useful to start by typing look.
Okay, I don't know why enter is opening this menu.
Oh, no.
That's frustrating.
Just start typing on your keyboard as you normally would.
Oh. Can I just say?
Wait a minute. I think there.
That accent was lovely.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's uneven, but hopefully by the time we get to the end of this,
You said it was supposed to be subtle.
Yeah, it's supposed to be subtle, and she grew up in Toronto, but her parents were very Irish, so she would still have a bit of it. So,
all right, great. So this is a text parser game. So if you've never played one of those, similar to the SCI adventure games from Sierra Online and the AGI ones as well, for that matter, you type what you want to do. So
when you look in a room, the game will describe important features.
You see a cupboard and a green door.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. This is we can wait.
I just want to make sure that everybody knows here that the way see, this is not just something that we do. Like, we each have a job here. Okay. Julia does all the female characters. I do all the male. Luke reads the text box, and Alex does all the animals.
That's true.
But but we also can talk in between. So
if we go too long between animals, I'll bring up something strange instead.
Yes. How many are there any animals in this?
Oh man, you know what? I should add some now. I gotta add some. It's 2 weeks to launch.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry, Alex.
There are birds.
I don't know why I didn't consider this before when I was making this game this whole time.
No
Just
animals.
give Nancy a weird squirrel sidekick. You can slam that in 2 weeks, can't you?
Oh God, what a train wreck!
2 weeks to the release.
Yeah.
Just people who have played and loved the demo just buy the full game, and there's a janky, half-implemented squirrel familiar.
Oh God!
No, she can just introduce it in chapter 2 and onward. And nobody who's played the demo will know the difference. So.
Exactly. There we go. Because no one
perfect.
knows anything about the game beyond the demo, which has been around for ages. But yeah, this is uncharted territory for people. Why don't we do that? I'm kind of a little tired because we're in that part of the development cycle where it's kind of a downhill toboggan ride to the end. So I'm highly suggestible. So this this could happen.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. And also, just as your note, Matt, for this is when we get to Jack. Jack is the Northern Canadian fella, Northern Ontario.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
there we go.
All right.
Okay. The game will list the other characters in the room.
Jack is here.
Type look Jack to learn more about him. Look man or look person will work too if you're having trouble with names.
I also really like to use hotkeys, so I'm going to type Control L, and I just get look at Jack. Jack is a tall, lean man with a shiny bald head. He is Mr. Richards' employee and is in charge of the cooking, cleaning, gardening, and myriad other tasks that the lodge might require. He's weary, but still seems to be in decent spirits. Jack is somewhere in his 40s.
Jack is here to help with the tutorial.
How do you do? I went Irish just like you.
Looking at characters at different points in the game may give you additional information. Try look at Jack and see what he has to say. Oh, talk to Jack. Dang it.
Control T.
Talk
Yep.
to
Jack.
him. Hello, Jack. My name's Nancy Maple.
Nice to meet you, Nancy. You can ask me about this tutorial.
Type ask Jack about tutorial. Ask about tutorial will also work.
Control A. Boom. Ask about tutorial. The default movement method is click to walk, shown by the 2 footprint icon.
The blue in the upper left corner of the icon indicates what the target spot is.
Oh, wow.
Or you can use the arrow keys to move around the screen.
Oh my god.
I gotta find him. You know?
It's fine. It's all good. This is the fun part.
You can also ask me about inventory.
He's getting creepier every time.
Yeah, Jack is closer to the mic than other people are.
You can access your inventory by typing in for I into the text parser. Or you can press tab.
The cursor will change to an eye. Click the eye on the items in your inventory to look at them. An issue of the Toronto Eye from a few weeks ago. Click on the gray loop icon at the bottom of the inventory window. The cursor will become a loop. You can examine some of your inventory items more closely using the loop. You admire the minute dots that comprise the newspaper photograph of a round-cut diamond. The natural diamond described in the article would be an octahedron, not a faceted specimen. What an embarrassing inaccuracy. You can close the inventory window by pressing tab, the escape key, or enter.
You can also examine objects in the room using the loop. Type examine the cupboard to learn more about it.
Oh, there you go. Examine cupboard. The cupboard is made of a lovely fine-grained wood, though it's seen better days.
Most furniture won't be that interesting to examine. This is just an example. If you're not sure what to do next, you can check your notebook. Try Ask Jack about notebook.
Ask about notebook.
The notebook can be helpful if you get stuck. I'll tell you what you need to do next to progress through the game.
Be careful! If you simply follow the notebook's prompts, you might miss important details. The notebook will be displayed if you type Note or N.
Ooh.
To flip through your notebook pages, click the green up and down arrows, or use the arrow keys on your keyboard.
You really thought this through.
I feel like there's a lot of information to take in. I don't know if I did too much.
No, this is great. When you go to a tutorial, the worst thing that can happen is not enough information.
You've
And
also
it's
given
optional.
players the option to skip it. Yeah, absolutely. You can close the notebook by clicking the X button, the escape key, or enter. Ask about cupboard.
You can open the cupboard by typing open cupboard. I'm going to find him, I swear.
I like it. Stick with this.
If you type open door, it'll open the green door and not the cupboard door, so get it right. Sometimes there will be more than one cupboard, in which case you might have to walk close to the cupboard if you want to open. Or, what I meant to say was, let me do that again. To walk close to the cupboard you want to open. How's that?
Good.
Did I nail it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what did I do?
Oh no. Classic level 0 NPCs, am I right? Zero cupboard.
That's O, actually. Just shift. It was just a capital O. But, yeah, so like I had mentioned before, O is just shorthand for open.
I love it.
Shazam. You open it.
Looks like there's something inside the cupboard. If you look cupboard, the game will tell you what the cupboard looks like. If you look in the cupboard, the game will tell you what's inside the cupboard.
Wow.
Search cupboard also works. So, Control L is look at.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a hotkey for look in?
There is indeed. S.
S.
Yep.
Cupboard for search.
That's nice.
You see a green hat in the cupboard. Look at hat. You see a green hat in the cupboard.
That's my green hat. Try take hat.
Let's try get hat.
Or get.
You take the green hat.
What about obtain hat?
Oh, I think obtain might work. We can try in the actual game. So I actually have paper and a pen here because I know we're gonna find stuff. Because I streamed the demo literally yesterday, last night, and I found 4 typos. So I'm sure we're gonna find something. Okay, congratulations! You've completed the tutorial. Open door to leave this tutorial. Congratulations, you're done. Done. Open the door to walk out and leave. Thanks for playing the tutorial. Hope it was helpful. The tutorial has covered most of the most commonly used parser commands, but there are more to discover. Feel free to experiment.
I love it.
O-D.
O-D.
OD.
And that's a wrap. Great game, Julia.
Thank you. Goodbye. Good night, everybody. If you're ready to leave the tutorial, either use the arrow keys to walk through the door, or click the feet icon to the right of the open doorway. This room will reset once you leave it. Thanks for playing the tutorial.
You gotta get me out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna reset. Oh God, please don't leave.
Yesterday, I was wandering around the art gallery with a friend, and there was a sort of a resident exhibit downstairs in the sort of lower level. And I was walking around commenting on it, and I didn't care for it very much. I wasn't being needlessly cruel, but I was being frank with my criticism of the artwork. And the artist emerged from around the corner and asked me follow-up questions as to why I referred to one of his paintings as "This is nothing."
Oh my goodness!
Oh my God! What did you do?
I just explained to him why I thought it wasn't anything.
Oh.
I accept it.
He was a very nice guy. I felt pretty bad. Like I wasn't being cruel for cruelty's sake. It's just a lot of his work didn't resonate with me. I explained that I worked in games and I interacted mostly with highly representative art, and a lot of abstract stuff was lost on me, and why I felt that piece didn't mesh. And I also talked like nice things about like, you have so many paintings here, and to put this much of yourself into the world is a very brave thing. And like, I said some nice stuff, and he was a very nice guy, and someone who fills an entire floor of a building with hundreds of paintings is not going to be that miffed that I said one mean thing about one painting. But it was a weird and unique experience. Anyway, now we're doing it again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Whew. Matt and I are kind of thinking about if we were in that artist position. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
Don't worry, it would be different if you were hiding around a corner. But now you're like, I know that you're right here.
No.
I was at the art gallery 2 weeks ago, and I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. It was a painting that was just kind of smeary, vertical, green and black alternating stripes.
Yeah.
And it was nothing. Like that's not anything. I'm sorry. It's not anything, and it didn't pair well with all the other nothing.
Speaking of stripes, I do want to note that although the game as it appears in Steam is going to be fairly crisp pixels, I am playing the game through RetroArch with a sort of retro filter applied, a CRT filter with scan lines and stuff like that. If you are not a fan of the scan line thing, don't worry, the game doesn't look like this normally. But I like to play EGA games or EGA style games with this. I think it just adds a little bit more to that retro flavor. So
I love it.
Yeah. And I'm sure that there are ways for you to also apply a CRT filter as well if you do decide to play the game and you like looking at it this way. So so consider that like a level 0 NPC exclusive visual style to the game. But,
it looks awesome.
Let's get rolling.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Jump
God.
in to the game
Oh
itself.
heck.
Can you imagine
Shazam!
Can you imagine if that artist from the gallery went in the comments and said, "This is nothing"?
Oh.
That'd be so great.
It would be amazing.
Crimson, Ontario, 1914. He's a fish. He's a rock.
Guys, you won't believe this. I was looking for clues in the intro screen. The fish was the same color as the diamond, and I was like, is the diamond in the fish? It's written in a Sheets document here. I can't prove that I wrote it first, but that was my first thought.
The Royal Canadian Museum, Toronto, Ontario. Or Toronto, if you're...
Okay, so this guy, Matt, this is Christopher Plummer, basically. It's Professor Plummer, but it's basically Christopher Plummer.
Oh, okay. There you are, Nancy.
Oh, that's good.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for.
Oh, that's you again.
Far up north, a fisherman found a massive diamond in the belly of a fish. This could be a real boon for our mineralogy exhibit. We need something better than those dilettantes over in geology. I want our exhibit to be the talk of the town. It's too bad we can't spare anyone to head up the middle of nowhere in such a long shot.
You could spare me. Let me go, Professor Plummer. It would be perfect. Everyone else is busy with the new exhibits. While I've just been learning the filing system. That could wait a day or two, couldn't it?
I love how you got the idol of many hands there in the background.
I'm not usually in the habit of sending unsupervised young ladies into less civilized regions. But, as luck would have it, the discovery was made near a lodge where I'm sure you could stay while you conduct your field work. Alright, you win, Nancy. Get on home, pack your bags, and catch the train up north.
I know this is just an intro, but, like, he did not need much much pushing to get to give her this opportunity.
I don't usually send women into the wilderness, but otherwise, where's the game?
Yeah, pretty much. Hooray!
I've convinced myself.
What a good idea I just had. Thanks so much, Professor.
If you find something that can make a big splash at the museum, who knows?
Before we jump ahead, I just want to say, like, I was hanging around for Crimson Tuesday way back in the day when Julia was doing this room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna like draw attention to absolutely everything in the background, but if you're an adventure gamer, there's a lot to see.
There's
here,
a
and
lot
I
of
would
incredible
suggest
stuff in there.
Taking a couple of minutes and just enjoying this background. But of particular interest on the far left is the namesake of the game that we just finished, the Dagger of Amon-Ra itself, directly below the head of Manuel Calavera.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Also, that's a very familiar looking cat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Julia, this room rocks.
It does.
Thanks.
Also, I'm still reeling from that guy referring to the geology department as a bunch of dilettantes. Scathing.
Scathing.
all right, moving on.
Maybe the university will finally accept you as a mineralogy student. Sorry, I should have got that. Being who I am, I should have pronounced that correctly on the first go.
You'd think I wouldn't have
You-
trouble
you-
with that particular
think-
word.
I wouldn't have had so much trouble with that damn word.
The beauty of tenure is it doesn't matter if his mind is going. He still has a job.
Good luck, kiddo.
I won't let you down.
Dilettante is definitely the word of a man who is willing to fight the entire geology department in the street if they overhear him. That's fine with him.
A few hours later.
Here's my train.
Choo choo.
It does make a choo-choo when it leaves. You'll hear. You have the sound. I made the choo-choo sound. Oh, I don't hear it. That's alright. This is it. My first time out of the city. I'm going to make the most of this trip. I can't wait to see the rocks of Northern Ontario.
Rocks.
Goodbye, big city. Hello, adventure.
Wow. He's going on an adventure.
A few hours later.
Oh, right. This is Canada.
Yeah, I can
Yawn.
sympathize.
Excuse me, is this seat taken? Not at all. Please have a seat. Thanks. My name is Kimi Kishiro. Where are you headed? Pleased to meet you. I'm Nancy Maple. I am bound for a town called Crimson. Oh my, you've got some hours yet. I should know because that's where I'm going. I'm a clerk at the Royal Canadian Museum. My boss sent me out to check the diamond claim up there. I haven't heard of that discovery. Then again, I don't pay much attention to the news. It's a very strange story. Up by Crimson, a fish swallowed a huge diamond. A fisherman caught it, sliced it open, and there it was, this spectacular sparkling gem. Can you imagine? Oh, I jumped at the chance to investigate. This is my first time out of the city. I couldn't be more excited. Where will you be staying when we get to Crimson? A place called Crimson Lodge. Ah, I'm staying at Crimson Lodge. I'm a birder. I hear there are nesting callings of cormorants up there. That's what I want to see. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Sioux Locks while I'm in the area. I'd love to see the big ships up close. Wonderful, we can be traveling companions. I'd very much like that.
You and Kimi chat amiably for a while. As the day wears on, the rhythm of the train moving over the tracks and the monotony of the scenery lulls you into a deep sleep.
Because of Dagger of Amon-Ra, I'm expecting her to rob us.
The conductor announces, "Crimson, this stop."
Nancy, it's time to go. Ah, thanks. Oh no, where's my luggage? It's not here. There's no luggage left at all. Oh. My field kit's in there. What am I going to do? The train will be leaving soon, Nancy. We have to leave now. Ah! You know, it's funny because on that portrait, I made her eyes kind of go back and forth like Ziggy's eyes. Unfortunately, we didn't get to enjoy it. Oh, I had no idea anybody else was on the train. This guy is basically Hercule Poirot.
Okay.
Matt, that's your note. Hello there.
David Suchet.
David Suchet, yeah. It's Hercule.
Oh, God. Let's see if I can do that. Hello?
Nailed it.
Oh, I didn't notice you in the train. Isn't that funny?
Not really. I was in the first class car.
I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. Is that why you're here?
Cormorant. Is that some type of rodent? Excuse me, folks. It's me, Jack, from the tutorial. I was sent to pick up just one person from the station tonight. Mr. Albert Respa. A European fellow, expert mineralogist on assignment, hired by the federal government, on loan from Antwerp. I was told he'd be bringing any secretaries, wives, or girlfriends.
Or miscellaneous floozies.
Yes. I'm sorry for the confusion, sir.
Jack.
I'm sorry for the confusion, Jack, but we don't know this man at all. My name is Nancy Maple, and my friend here is Kimi Kishiro. I was sent from the Royal Canadian Museum to investigate the diamond claim up by Crimson Lodge. And I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. We're both here to stay at the lodge and go about our business. Do you know which way it is from here?
I surely know where it is, because that's where I drove out from. But I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, the lodge has been closed to the public for months. Didn't you hear? My boss, Mr. Richards, he's getting on. He's done with the lodging business. All he wants is peace and quiet. Then this whole diamond fiasco starts up. Folks are all up in arms. He's not pleased at all, I can tell you. This gentleman is here on the government's orders. Mr. Richards can't do much about that. But you two... Well, that's unfortunate, but you only have yourself to blame for being uninformed. Let's be off, Jack. Good evening, ladies.
Let's just leave these two women in the forest by the tracks.
The thing is, ain't no one's coming here by here this time of night, so the nearest accommodation is the lodge, which is a few hours away by automobile even still. Look here, I'll drive you ladies up to the lodge for the night. Tomorrow morning, I'll bring you back here so you can catch the train.
That's very decent.
As it is, Mr. Richards is going to be peeved about hosting unexpected guests. I mean, even more than he already is. His sister's come up from the city to stake her claim. And she brought a lawyer to boot. Come along now.
Everyone's going to be so embarrassed when that diamond turns out to be an ordinary fish pearl.
Yeah, sure, I'll just get those for you. God, do you hate my Jack?
No, it's fun.
Sir, your trunks arrived a few days ago. Boy, they sure are heavy. Yes, of course.
My, it sure gets dark here at night.
Lucky for you, I've made this trip many times. Used to be folks who'd come out here in the summers for recreation. And before my time, settlers came to this area in hopes of building lives for themselves. But once the mines were used up, there wasn't much reason for them to stay. The soil ain't that good.
Have you seen any cormorants? I'm hoping to see some. I know, she's like a one-issue voter.
Yeah, they nest up on the cliffside. Stay away, though. They don't like being disturbed, particularly during nesting season, which happens to be right now. So if you're wild about birds, I'd just let them alone. You do more harm than good. Besides, tomorrow morning I'll be taking you right back to the train station, so you won't have any time to go looking for them.
Have any other diamonds been found around the lodge?
First of all, no way to know if that rock even came from around here. I've lived in this area for years, and I ain't never seen any diamonds, so I know for a fact that it didn't come from these parts. They say that a man cut it out of the belly of a fish. A diamond could have come from anywhere upstream. You folks are wasting your time, sorry to say. Who cares about shiny rocks anyway? It's no use to anybody. We shall see about that.
Your travel-weary companions resist your attempts at chit-chat. It seems that Kimi and Albert have fallen asleep, although in the almost complete darkness, it's hard to tell. It's impossible for Jack to hear you from the back seat above the cacophony of the engine and the automobile rattling over the rough country road. You decide it would be best not to distract him anyway. Man, more than a few hours in one of those ancient fucking cars with no suspension has to be fucking rough.
Oh, rattle the cartilage out of your bones.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, here we are.
Wow, it's spectacular.
You know what? I almost don't mind having more bodies in the lodge. Feels not so empty. Feels like old times. Make yourselves at home while you're here.
Thanks, Jack.
Welcome to Crimson Lodge.
It occurs to me, I played through this demo like a lot on like Steam Fest and things like that, and I've kind of just talked through all the voices and everything, and I feel almost a little bit bad because I wonder if, because of what I'm doing, everyone's gonna have to now feel like they have to do an Irish accent for Nancy when I've never done that before when I've done this game ever. You don't have. This
is canon.
Yeah, I kind of like, oh no, what have I done?
You decide what's canon in this universe.
Anyone can do anything they want. That's the fun part about having no voice acting. So do whatever you want. I'm just telling everybody right now.
That's fair. That's fair. That is canon now. I'm going to my room. Miss Kishiro, Miss Maple, your bedroom is upstairs at the end of the hall on the right. The bedroom across the hall from you, that's Mr. Richard's suite. Try to keep quiet and stay out of his way, won't you? He shares the suite with Margot. She's his lady friend. I'm in the bedroom right next to yours, along with Mr. Shaw. Albert demanded the use of my bedroom, so that's where he is. Don't know why he was so insistent, but the customer is always right, eh? That's the smallest bedroom and wasn't really meant for guests. Nessa's room is across the hall from Albert. I'd stay away from her if I was you.
She just got a new blowgun for Christmas.
After I set us luggage upstairs, I'm gonna start some supper. Wouldn't do to have y'all starve, eh? Why don't you explore the lodge a little? Talk to the other folks. Most important, stay out of my hair. I'm a busy man. Not literally, of course.
He's literally busy, but not his literal hair.
Oh, and if you want to shower tonight, use the upstairs bathroom near the stairs. It's very pink. You can't miss it. Wonder if Nat's still here. How many places do I gotta set at the table tonight?
You and Kimi head upstairs to your bedroom. You don't have any luggage to unpack, but you hang your hat and coat on the footboard of your bed and consider yourself settled in.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah, this rules.
I'm doing a little jig. You can't see it, and hopefully you can't hear it, but I did. Just so you know. Chapter 1, Introduction.
That is a captivating title slate there.
Thank you.
No, I love these.
There's more tutorialization, in case you didn't have
To move
enough.
Nancy, you can click the feet icon on your target destination. Or you can use the arrow keys to move.
I should talk to everyone and get to know them a little before dinner.
Your notebook will tell you what you need to do to progress through the game. Type notebook or N when you need to refer to it.
This is for the people who have skipped the tutorial. I stuck it in there anyway. Ha.
Well, I clocked in the settings that there was an option to turn off these tutorial windows. So you can turn those off, do the tutorial, and then do the game. So
that's different. That's not different. I've got even more tutorial boxes in the hallway.
I see.
You'll see. Those are the ones that are the toggle. Yeah.
When you have lots of notes, click the arrow buttons or press the arrow keys to scroll through them. Essential objectives that must be completed to progress the game will be marked with 3 asterisks.
Are you sure?
Type... What? Yes?
Sorry. I thought it said XXX.
XXX.
Triple X.
Type review. Triple X. Type review at any time to check your current goals.
All right.
Seeing as
Seeing
I
as I've
oh
right. Go ahead.
seeing as I've lost my luggage, I don't mind. I don't have much to amuse myself with before dinner. Perhaps I'll take a look around. Time will pass a bit faster if I do.
Typing "look" into the text parser is a good way to get your bearings.
Oh.
The game has auto-saved.
Yeah, that's that quality of life stuff we were talking about before.
Oh my god.
Autosave.
There are auto-saves.
Notebook for
There
objectives.
A notebook for, check this shit out right here. Talk to everyone in the lodge. List of all the names of people to talk to.
Oh my god.
And when we talk to them, they will actually appear down here.
Yeah.
So you don't forget who you've already spoken to.
So speaking of, Colonel's Bequest and things, and how you could accidentally progress the game, and this is kind of my solution to that. So you know explicitly what will progress the game, and you're free to do anything else.
That's very cool.
Ugh.
Kimmy is back there just drawing pictures of cormorants. Hundreds and hundreds of pictures of cormorants.
Yeah, when
So
her,
far today,
when her
I've seen
sketchbook
no
is in
cormorants.
when her sketchbook is complete, she'll be starting to draw on the walls and the floors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
They
then
become
into people's
increasingly
skin.
they become increasingly anthropomorphic.
I figure this would be a good place to cut the episode now that we have gotten through the introduction and we're getting into gameplay. So thank you, everybody, for joining us in the first episode of Crimson Diamond. We'll be getting the actual gameplay next time.
Can I?
Woo.
I just want to point out. I think this might be the very first episode in Level 0 NPCs history where nobody swore.
Oh my gosh!
I did
Oh,
at least
you did?
twice.
Oh.
It seems
Okay.
impossible that I didn't.
That seems impossible. It seems impossible.
It's
Well,
not.
you
It's not
guys.
quite impossible, but it seems impossible.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure when I was talking about the car, I said it would be fucking rough.
Oh, you did. You did. Okay. Okay.
But otherwise, you guys have rolled the red carpet out for this one.
I know.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Well-
This is very cool.
This is everything I wanted a Sierra adventure game to be
Aw.
back when I was younger. It's how I wanted it to look. It's how I wanted it to feel. It's how I wanted it to play. And I assume you feel the same, which is why you made it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
If there's one person that the game that agrees with the decisions that were made about the design of the game, it's going to be Julie.
Yeah, you're not going to hear any argument from me. Wait a second. No, this is a complete... I don't know.
Why did I do this way?
Yeah, this is very
I mean, that might come up once or twice.
yeah.
It has with many games that I've worked on.
yeah.
But
I'm just waiting for that. I just can't wait for that Delta Burke moment. It's coming. I know. I feel it.
The good news / bad news about this is it's probably too late to do anything about anything now. So whatever we find that's bad, I'm like, it's staying in. At
It's
this
in
point.
forever. It's in
Yeah.
forever.
Oh well.
Well,
except for the squirrel companion that you'll be passing.
Yeah,
that needs to
yeah.
go in.
Voiced by Matt. Yes.
companion.
His name is
Hi,
Crimsy.
Crimsy.
Crimsy the Crimson Lodge Squirrel.
Oh. And he's like a generation ahead in like graphical ability, and he's the only voiced one.
He's in shitty pixelated 3D.
16-bit.
Hi,
Very-
Nancy. It's me, Crimsy.
And he's magic,
You
so
haven't
he's
explored the
teleporting.
following.
He's just teleporting in and out like the Great Kazoo, giving you advice.
So I'm gonna need you to record a few lines for me, Matt, for this.
No worries. No worries. I'll do it for free.
No,
I'll
Alex
pay you.
needs to do Crimsy.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Alex got to do
Oh
Crimson.
yeah, it's never come up to
That's the whole point of Crimsy.
the whole one.
Right.
Crimsy was to give Alex lines.
Oh yes, forgive me. Of course, Alex will have to record some lines for me. You got a setup? Nice audio setup. It doesn't have to be.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I always do my animal voices by just reading in my normal voice very close to the microphone whatever sound the animal makes.
Perfect.
So it would be sort of like, "Hi, it's me, Crimsy. Click on the cupboard. Maybe there's something in there."
This is perfect.
That's amazing. Love it. All right. Hey, thanks everybody. Come back soon. We'll be right back.
Stick and stay, everybody.
We'll,
Stick and stay.
We'll be right back.